Battlefield 6 just dropped a brand new trailer for Season 1, and we got a glimpse at some pretty cool stuff throughout this trailer, including the brand new Blackwell Fields map, some new skins that are going to be coming to Season 1, the new Eastwood map, and of course, a couple of new weapons and some mechanics that we're going to be seeing throughout Season 1, and it looks like so far Season 1 is going to be a really solid official start, we'll say. Of course, it's not technically the start, but you get what I'm saying here. So there's a lot to discuss. Let's just dive right on into it. So the first thing is, we know that Season 1 is split into 3 phases, and these 3 phases are going to last across pretty much to the end of the year. Phase 1 is what's coming first, and that's going to be on October 28, which is going to officially kick off Season 1. Now on October 28, we're going to be getting the brand new map called Blackwell Fields, and this is going to be set in California, I believe, and it's an oil field type thing. We got to see kind of a look at what this map is actually going to be like from an aerial view, which I've put up on the screen here. It looks a little bit smaller than I was hoping it was going to be, but hopefully when you're actually in the gameplay, it's going to feel a lot more intense and more fun. It does seem like though it's going to be a really cool map based off of some gameplay we've seen and based off of what the trailer has shown us. It's supposed to support vehicles, all sorts of playstyles, things like that. So it is going to be large enough to have that sort of very Battlefield-like vibe that we all know and love. There's going to be more, oil wells, construction zones, shipping containers, so I'm hoping we're going to get some pretty intense destruction. Some of the maps at launch have had some mid destruction. I was hoping for more, so what I'm hoping to see is that Blackwell Fields has a lot more destruction than what we've seen so far. Strike Point is going to be a 4v4 multiplayer mode, so you're going to have 2 squads that fight against each other in a close quarters combat zone, and you're battling over a single objective. You only get 1 life per round, so you have to be very careful because obviously that counts. Victory in a round is going to be attained when a team either captures the objective or eliminates the other squad, and the first team to win 6 rounds takes the match. So it does kind of sound a little bit like Search and Destroy, but more specifically capturing an objective. These sorts of modes where you have no respawns. Some people love them, some people don't love them. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of no respawn modes just because I don't like to have to sit there and spectate other people for a while if you mess up or something like that, but for the most part, I will be trying it because it does sound kind of interesting. There's some weapons that are going to be releasing in the first phase of Season 1's update. So the first one is the SOR 300C carbine. This one is built for close range engagements and is highly lethal when you're near an enemy. It has a lower fire rate than other carbines, but it does deal higher damage, making it great for tighter confines and smaller maps. At shorter ranges, it's supposed to be effective at hip firing and ADSing, and it's pretty solid at mid-range if you fire in bursts to manage recoil. The recon class is getting a new sniper rifle called the Minifix, and this one is supposed to be a very fast kind of sniper rifle option. The Minifix can shoot through the entire 10-round magazine much more quickly than the other sniper rifles because you don't have to pause just to rechamber and things like that. It's not necessarily as powerful as some of the other sniper rifles, but it is faster. So that might be a really cool thing if you're more of a recon main in Battlefield 6. There's a new sidearm called the GGH-22, and this is a Glock 22 that is going to be sort of a middle of the road choice, so to speak. It's more lethal at short range, and even if you're firing from the hip. The new APC vehicle is the Traverser Mk2, and this is an armored personnel carrier that is going to be great for capturing objectives. It's a support vehicle for infantry fighters, and it can carry soldiers across the map and has mounted weapons. So if you've got a squad, this is definitely going to be pretty cool to get from different points across the maps. There's some new attachments as well, so one of them is the rail cover for some rifles and LMGs to increase the gun's draw speed, and then there's also the low-powered variable optics scope that's going to give you some new options for magnification on LMGs and rifles. Now in the trailer, we also got to see what looked like some cosmetic options that are going to be in Battlefield 6 Season 1, including this skin that kind of has that Dutch frogman corpse look to it. This is a pretty popular design I've seen in a lot of FPS games. I've seen this look in Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, now we're getting it in Battlefield, of course. I've always liked this design. I've always thought it was really cool in these sorts of FPS games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this skin. Personally, I know I would definitely be using this one a lot. The Season 1 trailer also showed us a bit of a glimpse at what Phase 2, which is the California Resistance, is going to look like, and Phase 2 is launching on November 14, so it's still a bit away, but not too far away. In any case though, Eastwood is a Southern California town. It's a suburb of Los Angeles, and it's got locations for intense skirmishes with houses, pools, backyards, a big golf course, things like that. So it's a very different kind of vibe than some of the other maps we've been getting so far. It's pretty interesting to see a map like this. It's also supposed to be a larger map, and apparently you can ride on golf carts. That's one of the cooler kind of aspects of the Eastwood map, because we have a golf course. You can actually ride around on golf carts. That's going to be really funny to see in game. The California Resistance is also getting a new mode called Sabotage, which is an 8v8, and it's going to give you one of two objectives: either destroy boxes of equipment scattered across a small close quarters map, or prevent the opposing team from doing that. So the teams switch between offense and defense, and the team that destroys the most equipment wins. The trick is to destroy the equipment as fast as you can while defending yourself against enemies. This one is a respawn mode, so it's not like the strike point mode where you can't respawn once you die. So looks like it's going to be a pretty cool one. It's an objective-based game mode. That's kind of what Battlefield is known for, being very heavy on objective-based stuff. Phase 3 is still pretty far into December, but it's going to be more of a winter update. It's going to have more winter-themed things coming to it. Now, we didn't get a look at the Battle Pass or any of the cosmetics that are going to be coming in Season 1. I'm sure that the closer we get to October 28, we're going to be getting more details, but there are some people who have already kind of gotten access to see what the new skins are going to be like, and while we don't know which ones are specifically Battle Pass skins and which ones aren't, this kind of picture here shows you what some of the skins are going to be like. They're pretty on par with the look that Battlefield 6 has so far, but a couple of them are definitely interesting. I mean, there's this one that's just kind of really blue that I saw on someone's post on Reddit. I'm not sure what this one is supposed to be. I don't know why it would be blue. Some of them are just a little brighter than what you'd think, and I feel like they would be a pretty big disadvantage when you're trying to blend in, especially if some of these are for recon or things like that. Now, some of them have that more orange look, which I don't mind because I do like the color orange. So that's kind of bias on my end, but I do think some of them look a little mid, to be honest, but some of them don't look too bad. We do know a little bit of some details about the Battle Pass. For instance, the post-launch weapons are going to be available in the Battle Pass. They will be free to unlock, so you don't need to buy the Battle Pass just to get the weapons, and there are going to be some free items. But if you want the more kind of cosmetic-y items that you see in most Battle Passes, you will have to buy the Battle Pass or have Battlefield Pro. The Battle Pass does have 4 different paths that you can progress through, and then there is a 5th final path that unlocks after. So we don't know exactly what everything in the Battle Pass is going to be yet. I'm hoping we do get to see some details before, because they're kind of holding out on us here. I want to know what's going to be in the Battle Pass. If you have the Phantom Edition, you already get the Battle Pass for Season 1. We don't know the exact price yet either. We don't know what the tokens are going to be like, so it might be pretty similar to how Battlefield 2042 did it, but not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that. For the most part though, I think Battlefield 6 is off to a really solid start, and if Season 1 is going to be really great just like the launch was, then I'm really pumped to see what the rest of the seasons are going to look like. This is obviously a longer term supported game, so hopefully there's going to be some content drops coming often. We know that we're going to be getting new content dropping every month pretty much from here until the end of the year. New maps, new modes, new weapons, so it bodes really well for the life cycle of Battlefield 6, and I'm personally really excited to see what the next seasons are going to offer, what Season 1 is going to be like. From what we've seen of these maps, they look really cool, large scale maps. I would love to see some more large scale maps, obviously, because I'm not like a huge fan of the smaller sized maps. They're not my favorite. But yeah, that's what we know so far for Season 1 of Battlefield 6. That trailer looked really cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're excited for Battlefield 6, if you can't wait, how it's been for you so far, if the game's been going great. And yeah, leave a like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on another upload. And that's all for today, folks.